Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you all. I am assuming that if you're here, you have an interest in getting a scholarship to study law in the University of Sydney, Australia. So, do you have a bachelor's degree in law? If you do, great news. Do you have experience or professional experience in law? Well, great news too, because you can also apply to the scholarship. My name is Brendo. If you're meeting me for the first time, I am a doctoral student here at the University of Strathclyde, and I received full funding for my program. And that helped me to see that you don't have to be the best. You just have to be intentional. You have to be deliberate, especially in the application process. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a suit, well, it's because I want to make a video for the lawyers. All right, let's now get started. So once again, it's the University of Sydney, and we have one scholarship. It took me a while too, but I found this scholarship for you. So please remember to like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section, and let's get right into the video. So the University of Sydney, if you come to I'm going to leave a link to this homepage in the description. So check the description and you find the link there. Now, so if you come to the University of Sydney, and check the homepage, you find the 8 faculties, and now you're going to click on law. I've done that so because of time. So where it takes you here, all right. Now you select three. Now it's something to keep in mind, the study profile. It could be domestic, it could be international, depending on your location. So I've selected international and 2026, the start date, okay? February 1st, 2026 is when I want to start. You can edit that to make it 2027 if you want. All right. And you could also look domestic if you think you're a domestic student. All right, so for law, there are undergraduate programs, there are postgraduate and research. Now, for postgraduate, which is the interest of today's video, we have the Juris Doctor and we have the Master of Laws. Now, we'll talk about these two separately because we have scholarship for both of them. We have scholarship for both of them. So just please pay attention. First one. So, what is a Juris Doctor? So, the Juris Doctor is a graduate entry professional law degree that covers the areas of knowledge required for admission to practice law in Australia. So, required for admission to practice law in Australia. Now, it provides a pathway into the law profession for graduates from non-law degrees. Take note, from non-law degrees or for those with law degrees from overseas. So, if you have a law degree, you can apply. If you do not have a law degree, perhaps some professional experience, you can also apply to this scholarship. Now, for now, we're just looking at the program itself. We're going to talk about the scholarship later. And why do we want to start with the program? Because one requirement, one of the conditions for getting that scholarship is getting an offer, an unconditional offer. So when you receive an unconditional offer of admission, then you can apply for the scholarship. So Juris Doctor is one of it. And this Juris Doctor, please take note, is 3 years full time. So if you're interested in that, 3 years full time, it's available part time, but the scholarship does not cover part time. 3 years full time, and there's only one intake period, which is the February period, which means you need to submit your application as soon as possible. We'll look at the deadline soon. The location is at the University of Sydney. It's a face-to-face, so there's no online for this one. The fees and whatever it is, but we're not going to pay attention to that. So that is one of it. The second, Master of Laws. Okay, so we have the other one, which would be law. So just bear with me. I think I'll just go back. Okay, so Master of Laws. All right. For Master of Laws, it's a 1 year program. They're usually 1 year program, and they are, I think, specific. Okay, like some form of specialization. And we have different ones. So Master of Administrative Law and Policy, Master of Business Law, Criminology, Environmental Law. Well, you know your stuff. Master of Taxation. I think I like this one. Master of Laws and the rest. And they are all 1 year program. If you notice, 1 year full time, 1 year full time. It's available part time, but for scholarship, you're looking for the full time, which is 1 year full time. Let's start with this one, Master of Criminology. I don't know why I'm just picking it. All right, so Master of Criminology, what does it do? It addresses contemporary questions about crime and social control in policy, theory, and practice. You can do all of that and read up. It's a 1 year program. There are two intakes, February and August. February and August. And you can also apply to scholarship for this one. So now we know the two requirements. We know the two programs. So the Juris Doctor and the Masters of Law or the other master's program. Another thing I think we should consider before looking at the scholarship would be the English language requirements. Remember, like I said, you need to secure the admission or get your conditional offer before you apply. So looking at the English language requirement, Um, just it will interest you to know that if you're from select countries, you don't need to provide proof of English. For example, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Ghana, if you're from Botswana, if you're from the Solomon Islands, if you're from Zambia and other countries, even if you do not have your country is not on this list, you can also send them an email to prove your case to show that you actually have competence in the English language. You can also check this link. I will leave a link to this page on the description so you can find out if there are other ways to prove your English language competence. All right, then let's go into the scholarship. So to apply to either of them, whether you're looking for the Juris Doctor, just click on apply now, or for the Master of Criminology, or if you've read everything, just click on apply now. It brings you to this page. Now, there are four options here, I think. Domestic and international students, Australian year 12. You can come here and read it. I do not want this video to be long, but for international students, you have one and two. Now, this particular one is if you're looking to apply for a first degree program, which is not what we're interested in. But this other one is if you're looking to apply as an international student for a graduate program, and this is the one you apply to. So basically, the last one. But something to keep in mind, something to bear in mind, there is an application fee of 150 Australian dollars. There's an application fee. But then some people would say, no, I don't want to apply anymore because of the application fee. Well, it's up to you. But if you think you stand a strong chance, when we look at the scholarship, if you have a strong chance to secure the scholarship, then it's the sacrifice, and that sacrifice is worth it. Trust me. Because compared to what you're getting 150 Australian dollars is nothing. But I know it might be a significant amount depending on where you're coming from. But compared to the value, if you get a scholarship, it might be nothing. All right. So that's just something I want to mention. Now let's look at the scholarship per se. So if you click on this part, which is apply directly, you select the period you want to start, 2026 or 2027, and it brings you here where you have to register as a new applicant, and then you get an applicant ID, password, and then you go in. All right, so now let's talk about the scholarship. The University of Sydney Law School Dean's Scholarship. It's a scholarship for Juris Doctor or Master of Laws students, and that is why we started with that. So it's a scholarship for Juris Doctor or Master of Laws students. Now it aims to assist exceptional international students commencing in the Juris Doctor or Master of Laws course at the University of Sydney Law School, and the value is tuition fees or 10,000 per annum. Now, I'm sure you are looking for tuition fees, and that is what you want to do. So submit a strong application. Make sure you don't just have a bachelor's degree. If you have professional experience, that's great. Everything that you could use to, tip the scale in your favor, please go ahead and do that. That is good. Okay, just so you know. Eligibility, international student, unconditional offer of admission in the full-time JD or LLM. So take note of that. Unconditional offer, and that is why we start with that. The open date is 2nd of June and the close date is 26th of October 2025. Please leave plenty of time for this application and take time to prepare. Speaking of preparation, if you need a one-to-one assistance, my calendar is there. You can go ahead and book. How to apply? Well, it is not an automatic application, so you have to click here. We'll just open this tab and just give it for now. For the benefits, full tuition or 10,000 per annum, one of both. But please take note, it is one of both, not both. So try to secure the full tuition. Who is eligible? You're an international student, you have an unconditional offer, and you're in the University of Sydney Law School. That is, you will be there. Okay. Now it says if you've commenced your studies in JD or LLM, look, you're not eligible for that. For background, it's awarded to exceptional international student. But something else I want you to pay attention to, please read the terms and conditions. I understand that it's sometimes we're long, but this one is not long, and I tell you why it's important. If you look at point 3, selection criteria, it says the scholarship will be awarded on the basis of academic merit, personal statements demonstrating leadership experience, communication skills, personal interest, community engagement, and reason for pursuing the study of law, which means if you have a personal statement that does not include these 5 factors, you may likely not get this scholarship. And that is why I want you to say this. So if you've watched this video to this point and you've seen this point, please, could you simply type the word what do we use? Let's say terms and condition. So if you've read to this point, or if you've watched the video to this point, please type terms and condition in the comment section. It really motivates me. It shows that you're interested in this scholarship and you've watched this video up to this point to secure the scholarship. It really, really motivates me. Thank you so much for doing that ahead. Okay. And then the third thing is the scholarship will be awarded on the nomination of selection committee. Basically, it's the same thing for all the scholarship. And that's why I say it's important to read the terms and conditions because you find some hidden gems there. Remember, your personal statement should have all of these five things. If you have your personal statement ready and you want me to, review it before you go ahead to submit, you can also let me know. My calendar is there to book a session one-to-one. Okay. And then you can go ahead to read up on other things. But please try to read the terms and conditions. Very important. All right. Is there anything here else? So this is the scholarship. And let me check. Okay. Now, if you want to apply to the scholarship, okay, when you have an unconditional offer and you click on apply here, it brings you here. And here you apply for the scholarship. Taking note that it expires or closes on the 26th of October 2025 at 11:59. Apply, put your student identification number, which you'll be given when you create a new account. And here you write the personal statement. Okay, so you have to write a personal statement, add your supporting document, which will be a transcript and your resume, and upload them here. And then read the disclaimer, click on I have read, and then you click submit. So there you have it, guys. I really hope you apply to this scholarship, and I want to say all the best in your scholarship application.